arrived on our shores, and they got together with the Native Americans who helped them quite a bit in that early time to have a feast and enjoy a day together.
And so the official bird for Thanksgiving is turkey.
Turkey is the classic American dish for Thanksgiving.
All right, great, good stuff. So something to go with it, probably, Excellency. We have some sweet potato casserole that we're going to make, and I'm told this is your recipe. So probably you want to so we can be able to make this dish, and this is going to be an accompaniment for the turkey.
It is.
All right. So really quickly, normally like I'm that fast chef. I like cooking really fast. So I have some sweet potatoes here that are steamed. So we're just gonna put them in a bowl, and then we're gonna start, like, kind of mashing them. And then of course we have other ingredients here, which are of course some nutmeg, cinnamon, of course some ginger to go in there, and then we're gonna whip this with some eggs. So probably just a bit about, like, the kind of food that people eat during Thanksgiving. Like, of course, turkey, and then this is like an accompaniment to go with it, which is more of like a sweet dish to go with the turkey, and turkeys go with sweet. But then also sweet potatoes are readily available in Kenya, and of course this is something that everyone can be able to cook.
And I know that Kenyans love sweet potatoes, often eat them for breakfast. And I thought that this would be another way for Kenyans to enjoy sweet potatoes, which are they're amazing.
Nice.
There are lots of other things that Americans eat on Thanksgiving, and obviously the turkey, but mashed potatoes, green beans, apple pie, pumpkin pie, all kinds of different dishes.
It's really good.
Very common for us to enjoy.
So you're going to start with the sweet potatoes, but I'd just like to get guys to know some of the ingredients. Yes. And we're going to check those out right now. So the ingredients for the sweet potato.
So we need around a half kg of sweet potato, nicely steamed. You don't want to boil them, you want to steam it a bit so it's nice and tender. And then we have some butter where we're going to grease the pan underneath. And then we have 1 egg to whip it up together. And then some nutmeg to get that nice flavor, spicy flavor in it. Of course, some ginger there. And then we have some cinnamon to go in there as well. And then we also have some pecan nuts. Of course, you can use walnuts, whatever nuts you get, but at the end of the day, it's like you need a nut to finish up with the dish. So we're gonna do the spices in here. So probably let's just cook together.
Okay.
All right. So some nutmeg.
We'll just put the nutmeg in. There we go.
Yeah. Lovely smell. And then
there we go.
Half of the cinnamon.
Half of the cinnamon, right?
Half of the cinnamon inside.
Be a little careful because we don't want to put it all in there. There we go.
Because we're gonna do the second half with the sugar, and then want to mix it up together, and then some ginger.
So put the ginger in.
Yeah, some ginger in.
And the spices really do make this a very, very special.
Very nice, very nice.
It looks good already.
Just wanna combine it together.
It's delicious, I'll tell you.
One question, Mr. Excellency.
Yes.
So do you cook at home?
I do cook. Cooking, I think, is very, very important. Cooking is a life skill. It's something we should all be able to do.
Fantastic.
I have to admit, here in Kenya, I have not had as much time as I would like to cook.
But at
I
least
do
you can make up some lovely breakfast for yourself.
I can indeed.
So
I
you can
make
survive on your own.
I can make a very good breakfast.
Really good.
It's important to do that. Of course, also just remind you, if you want to talk to us, use the hashtag #breakfast on Twitter, and talk to us using that hashtag Citizen TV Kenya, and at Bob Godek.
At Bob Godek. Follow me on Twitter at Bob Godek.
Oh yes. Follow the ambassador. Now we have the honey inside as well, and then we're gonna do 1 egg. The idea of the egg is basically like to smoothen it and to combine it really well, so that when we bake it, it's gonna like attach to one another, binding edges. Now I'm gonna move a bit on this end, so probably Your Excellency, you want to come here, and then we're gonna whip it up. Right. So the idea of whipping it up is like you want it to be nice and smooth. So you just wanna whip it up. It's gonna fly off a bit, so just wanna be a bit careful. But the idea is to mash it completely. Here.
Well, that looks like it's going to be really good.
It is. You wait.
I can almost taste it. Plus there's the turkey on the other side. So, like I said, feel free to drop it anytime.
And of course, in Kenya, we used to kind of just boil these sweet potatoes and have it the way it is. So this is an amazing recipe for you guys. You can always just try and make it at home. It's really simple. It's more of like you're baking some sweet potatoes and binding it off with a bit of some eggs, And that's beautiful. Look at that.
And a few spices to add a little extra something.
Give you that nice aroma. Okay, so we want to lay it up on our casserole dish.
Alright.
So we're just gonna take it and pour it.
Chef Ali normally has such discipline I'm not tasting. If it was me cooking, I would have already tasted half of this. I'm like, yeah, that tastes good.
That's basically eating, right?
Yeah, eating as I cook.
It's eating already. So you want to spread it
out
as much as you can on the pan. So I got a bit of a bigger pan, but that's fine because I already had made one that I already baked. So this is good. Nice. Great. So it looks good. We want to do at this point now. We have a remaining cinnamon, right?
Yep.
So we're gonna do some sugar. So preferably you need brown sugar with a bit of some cinnamon, and then you want to mix it up together.
Mix it up a little bit. There you go. Yep. Perfect.
And then we need some pecan nuts that we need to finely chop. So Chef Dominic, could you help me with a bit of some knife, please? Knife. Yep. Pecan. So we want to finely chop the pecan nuts. And of course, if you don't have pecan nuts, you can use some walnuts, you know, any nuts that you can find.
So they can be a substitute.
Yeah,
you can substitute. So being creative in cooking is a great thing.
All right.
So you just want to kind of, that's it. So I'll leave a few whole so that I get a bit of some decoration on top.
There you go.
So just want to put this.
Beautiful.
And then we'll take this on the side, put it here, mix it up a bit. And then we want to sprinkle on top. So the idea of the sugar and the cinnamon, when you bake it, it's just going to caramelize. It's going to caramelize like in the oven. And then it's just going to combine really well with the sweet potato.
Go ahead and spread that
it's really good.
Yeah.
Yep.
Here we go.
So we want to mix it up a bit. Just probably a bit of some pecan nuts for the...
a little decoration.
Yeah. We eat with the eyes, right? So it needs to look a bit pretty.
Yep, there we go.
Yeah, this is good.
So so we have the ambassador's recipe today, which is already done. So we need to bake this in the oven for like 40 to 45 minutes. And then what we'll have would be something like that. Oh, magic!
That's the final product.
Magic! We have already made sweet potato casserole, and this is, of course...
so you don't have to wait.
I don't have to wait.
You don't have to wait. It's magic when you come to Chef Ali's kitchen. So we have it done. So this is going to go with the turkey. I think right now we move to carving the turkey.
Let's carve the turkey.
Right.
I hear there's like a science to it.
There is a science, and I have to say every turkey is a little bit different, so you do have to be a little bit careful and working. But the first thing to do, there we go, get it onto a nice carving board. And the key is really on the turkey, the first thing you've got to do is get the leg and the thigh off. That's what you've got to do. So the crucial thing is, and you got to get a little bit interactive. There we go. Nice. Find that joint down there.
Joint and tear it up, right?
Tear it off. The joint is the hardest to find.
Nice.
You got to find it. So there you go. Got the
full
leg and the thigh off, right? And then you separate. We just move that a little bit.
Okay.
We separate
from the joint.
From the joint. Again, you got to find that joint in there.
All right.
And
that's really cool.
Yeah, there we go. Oops, there we go. That's the way it should go. There we go.
Nice. Yeah, I know it's kind of a bit tough to do it, but you're doing it.
There we go. There we go. We can separate that on the side. I've had a little bit of experience, I have to say. And then you take the piece, and, you know, take the pieces that you've got off, and you just sort of carve bit by bit.
Nice, look at that.
I know, like this.
Take a nice piece like
Chef Ali's getting a run for
I know, I'm getting competition. Can I give you a title of the chef now for the day, you know?
Chef Bob.
Chef Bob, right?
The next step is actually, let's take this and just set it off to the side for a second, a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
And then the next key, we'll just take this back over here again, is then you've got to really carve the white meat part of this. And so there's a couple of different ways to do this. I have to say, I do it, well, the way my father did it.
All right.
I just kind of carve down the side piece by piece.
Nice. So you can actually use that for sandwiches or like salad, you know?
Or just direct.
There are lots of ways to do this. So I'm just picking the one, as I said, that my father did. But you just carve it down the side and take slices, and then people can come and choose what they want. They can have some of the dark meat, some of the white, a combination, and you've got a very special meal.
Really good.
Oh,
there you go.
That's a good. This is, tell you what, but there are people who would not come to the British like, let me just have that piece. Over there.
I think we can actually just sub something up, like, you know, the turkey, of course, a piece that you'd like, with some sweet potato casserole.
Yeah, so even as you put that, as you serve that, of course, as the ambassador, you know, we've seen a lot of beautiful ingredients, and it all comes together, and it all goes into the tummy, and it's all good. What, in your view, are the ingredients, even as we move forward now to the election? What are the, you know, what are the ingredients of a good election?
Well, you know, the ingredients of a good election are obviously, first of all, strong institutions. You need a great IEBC, you need an electoral commission that's really going to do the job in terms of bringing the election off technically in a great way. You need candidates who are focused on the issues, talking with the people, so that they are really getting an understanding of what the candidates think. And of course, you need the voters. You need the voters paying attention. You need them to register to vote. You need to get them engaged, and then you need to go out on election day and vote and express their view on what the future of the country ought to be. These things are all critical, and I think that Kenya can have a terrific election in 2017. The key is free, fair, peaceful, and credible. Everybody engaged, leaders, voters, everybody.
And what about, like, I mean, back to the, you know, the dish as well. You know, we had all these ingredients put together, but there's always that one that too much salt or too much of this. So what is the one thing, you know, the one thing that was been a thorn in the flesh, so to speak, of Kenya's corruption? What are your views on it now, and how the government is tackling it, and what do you think should be done as well?
Sure. Corruption, first of all, corruption is killing Kenya. It's undermining the country's prosperity. It's undermining security. It's even undermining your democracy. So what's critical is that all Kenyans come together to face this challenge. Every Kenyan needs to stand up and say, I won't pay a bribe, I won't take a bribe, and if I see somebody engaged in crooked activity, I'm going to report it. The government, you know, President Kenyatta has done some important things to fight corruption, and I think it's important that everyone acknowledge the efforts and the steps that have been taken by the government. Cabinet secretaries and other senior officials have had to step aside. There are 500 cases in the courts, so there are things going on. Just this year, 22 officials have been convicted, many of them sent to prison. This is an important step, but the reality is there's a lot of scandals out there, and a lot more needs to happen, and it needs to happen quickly. The challenge is, first of all, to prosecute people who are, in fact, you know, responsible for corruption. There need to be clear, independent, quick investigations. When people are found to be culpable, they need to be prosecuted, and then they need to be punished, put in prison, or other punishments, and they need to have anything that they have taken away. They need to forfeit anything that they've stolen. But the second part of this is to build strong institutions. You need to close loopholes. You need a strong system so that, for example, you can track what's happening to money. You need ethics training for every official. You need strong institutions. Now, the United States is helping. We're doing a lot of things. I am denying visas to Kenyans who we believe to be corrupt. But we're doing a lot of other things. We've stood up a special unit together with the Kenyan Ethics and Anti-Corruption Commission to do investigations on corruption. The first arrests have taken place. We've built an ethics training program using our Office of Government Ethics together with the Kenya School of Government. We are putting in place a big program to help the counties, to strengthen them, because the truth is there are a lot of problems with corruption in the counties as well. We're doing an extraordinary range of things to help the government and the people of Kenya deal with the problem of corruption. But not with a lot of fanfare, because the truth is there's only one way this problem is solved. Kenyans have to lead. Kenyans have to stand up, as I said at the beginning, say no more corruption. If you do it, you can beat the problem.
And then it's going to be a good and healthy Kenya.
A healthy Kenya, a satisfied Kenya, and we can enjoy a little bit of turkey.
Exactly. Now, welcome back to food politics.
Yes.
And we have our sweet potato casserole for you to go with the turkey, and probably if you want to enjoy, I have some cutlery here for you.
We do need some cutlery, don't we?
Yeah. Here
we go. A fork.
Yep, go ahead. And then you tell me, how does that taste, like, you know, the sweet potato casserole? Like,
yeah, let's see. Drum roll moment.
Now I know why you have the title Chef Ali. It's perfect. It's perfect.
Thank you so much. So it goes really well with the turkey.
It goes really well with the turkey.
To complete the breakfast, we have some good spicy here by Kericho Gold, and I have some for you as well. You can take home and enjoy.
Well, thank you very much.
I have to taste
it. Yeah, you can taste it.
You have to taste it as well.
It's actually sweet potato, but you know, it's some magic happening with the spices. You can taste the nutmeg, you can taste the cinnamon and well, and it's nice and sweet, and of course the honey. And then now top it up with some turkey. That would be good. So probably some turkey for you, Willis.
It really is.
You know, our job is to feed people here. So.
Yeah, thank you very much. I'm the official breakfast taster.
Well, you know, food does bring people together, and I think that's one of the special things about Thanksgiving is, you know, we do have this special meal that we eat, but it's also people, it's family, it's friends coming together around the table.
Yeah.
We do have this tradition of asking one another, what was good for you this year? What was special?
Exactly.
What was meaningful? And I think in having that conversation with one another, it brings us together in a very special way. And, you know, it's important to build bridges in our lives. And so that's what is, I think, amazing about Thanksgiving.
I'm told there's someone on Twitter asking about if this turkey was pardoned.
I'm afraid this turkey did not get a pardon, but President Obama did yesterday. And as part of our American traditional celebration of Thanksgiving, he pardoned 2 turkeys, in fact, Tater and Tot, and they have now been able to go off to Virginia Tech, where they will live the rest of their lives. In relative comfort, I'm sure. But a lot of turkeys have given up their lives today in the United States for our celebration.
We thank them for that.
We thank them for that. We thank them for that.
All right. So, cool.
So thank you so much for joining us. I have some tea for you. You can enjoy the, of course, Kenyan tea.
Well, I love Kenyan tea, so it's a very wonderful gift. Thank you very much.
It's really good, and thank you so much for joining us today, and of course for the lovely turkey and a good recipe, of course. Now I think I'm going to master your recipe, and we'll definitely be making some lovely sweet potato casserole for Thanksgiving in Kenya.
That sounds wonderful, and please enjoy the turkey. I hope everyone, all of my friends here at Citizen, enjoy the turkey today.
That is if I don't finish it first.
And just let me say again to everybody out there, happy Thanksgiving.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Welcome. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Chef Ali, Dominic, thank you all very much.
All right, of course, the hashtag to use is Still Power Breakfast. We still have a lot more to store. We're going to have fun and eat stuff. So now you see, now that, you know, the method is gone, I can, you know, delve into, I don't need to cut sorry. This is my hand fork.
How does that taste, by the way?
It tastes good.
Really good? Just like chicken?
It tastes like turkey.